How good are Chrono Storm really? That's what we're going to be looking at today, because we're going to rank every story player in Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stones from worst to best. I'm teaming up with ZikkerAK yet again to bring you this list, so make sure you go and subscribe to his channel and check out everything he's doing. But let's get a few details out of the way first. First of all, we're going to be completely excluding any player who isn't a part of Chrono Storm / doesn't get a Mixie Max. There is literally just no point to have them on the team. They are absolutely useless and will not compare in the slightest. If you're not eligible for the final match, you're not on the team. And 2, we're looking at them from the second you get them until you beat the grandfather route. And remember, we're looking at their based forms. So no changing Mixie Maxes, no changing Fighting Spirits, nothing like that. Over here, you'll find the position guide, which will tell you what positions you can put them in that will suit them the best. It's rated from 1 to 5. 1 means absolutely useless, don't go anywhere near. 5 means, pretty sick. So without further ado, let's dive straight in. This may sound like sacrilege, but Victor Blade is coming at dead last in this list. He has only shots and nothing else, and Chrono Stones is a game where you really need a dribble move in order to be a good forward. He gets Great Blaster, which is great for stunning, but compared to other players who can dribble, he's a bit useless. Zanark's a fun one. He's got a sick moveset on paper, with big moves and a move in every position. However, his spirit burns out super quickly, and you also can't evolve I Am the Almighty. And Disaster Strike isn't that good compared to what the rest of Chrono Storm bring to the table. So he's super good early on, but does eventually fall off. You are not the Almighty. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that one. Faerun is a very weird one. His shoots are really average, but he does get Dance on Air and Ozone Flare, which are really good for a defensive midfielder. But then you look at his awful defensive and offensive stats, and the fact that his Mixie Max boosts his kick rather than his dribble, and he eventually suffers down to just kind of being average. JP is just a great keeper. There's not a whole lot more to it, but he does sometimes concede to boosted forwards in the post game. That's like his only flaw. It's Saw. I mean, come on, what a hero. When he first joins, he gets a decent base moveset with a block and a dribble, and he gets a great Mixie Max, and he gets Jungle Jam at level 40. This overall makes him a reliable, speedy, power-type defender, and he can do everything a defender needs to do. Gabi does the exact same thing he does in Go 1, but here he does it better. He has alright moves to the story, but when he reaches level 40, he gets Jungle Jam, which, I mean, come on, it's Jungle Jam. It's fantastic. Gabi's only higher than Saw because Saw joins later in the game and you get to use Gabi earlier on, but they're about the same levels of pretty awesome. Ricardo has a really strong dribble and a good shot in the form of Athena's Anthem and Emperor Penguin number 3. However, he doesn't exactly get these early game. Maestro, though, is a really good spirit that lasts very long, and if you're not armorifying it, it gives a wood boost to everybody. Meaning, in general, Ricardo is just quite good. Roma was our MVP in Inazuma 11 Go 1, and here he retains the exact same moveset. Unfortunately, though, Katana Kick and Rising Dragon do get a slight nerf. Musashi, though, does boost the power of Earth moves for the entire team, which makes him really good for those Earth players in your team like JP, Zanark, and Faye. He's not the best to use in story mode, but he is quite good for the post game. Weirdly enough, Bailong isn't actually that good for the story. His technique grows very slowly for the first 60 levels, which isn't great when he has some really high difficulty moves. And a lot of the story goalkeepers use wood element moves, which isn't great for a wind forward. But his moveset is really good, with some really strong shots and warp step. He also gets 2 Fighting Spirits and the stun shot from Zhu Lang. He has a lot of positives, but does have some negatives. Goldie Lemon has an amazing all-rounded moveset. She can block, dribble, and shoot. The only time she falls off, though, is against teams with boosted calculations because her moves aren't quite as strong as the other 2 defenders in the team. And she also gets Faginado Triple Crusher a bit too late to help really impact the team. The only thing Sol Daystar can't do is block. He has a good dribble, a strong array of shots, in which 1 stuns the keeper almost every time, and he gets 2 Fighting Spirits, so he lasts for ages. However, you do have to be wary of his FP when Mixie Maxing with Zhu Lang, because it does drain quite fast. We've got Sol higher than Bailong purely based on those elemental matchups we were talking about, and he has better technique growth and the better spirit. And finally, at number 1, it's Arion Sherwind. He can armorify super early, he has a move in every position, and he gets the incredibly good Ultimate 11 Assault, which is maxed out at +2Y when you finish the story. He can basically sweep most competition route matches by himself. He also gets Tornado Tunnel at level 40, which makes him as good of a dribbler as anyone else. He is fantastic. And that is the list. Let me know if you agree or disagree down below in the comments, and make sure you like and subscribe for more videos like this. Again, a massive thank you to ZikkerAK for helping with today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.